Okay, folks, so today we're going to be talking about photography and how it connects to Instagram. But first, let's go back and just walk through the process of the importance of Instagram and all these other social media components that we have today. So, from the beginning, God said that, man shouldn't be alone. So, man is a social being. So, we desire to interact, we desire to be around people, we desire to just be appreciated and to be in conversations and to, just have a good time. So that flows right in line with photographers and how we interact with our audience, how we interact with the subject while we're shooting. All of that ties into the brand or the person that you are. If your company is express photography expressions, or if your company is Seawall Pictures like mine's, or if your company is sunset photos. How sunset photos, how Seawall Pictures interacts with the client, how they interact with their audience, all that plays into the whole brand of your company. So it's important to, I'm not just talking about internet here. I'm talking about everyday activities. It's important to have people you speak with, whether it's friends, whether it's at a function, whether it's if you're traveling, you take out your camera, you're taking pictures, you're just telling people, hey, I've been doing this for 5 years. You tell them a little bit of your story, you tell them a little bit about why you like capturing stuff, and then it helps with the process. So, for example, I was in Central Park. I was working on a shoot. I'm going to show you guys some pictures as I'm talking. I was working on a shoot with a girl named Ebony Jones. And Ebony, she contacted me. She wanted some pictures taken. I guess she has never taken professional pictures before. And my big thing with photography is not to capture someone to, give them an ego or make them, think of themselves more than they really are. It's just to really show them, listen, you're beautiful. God made you that way. And here's some ideas and concepts that we can do to not enhance it, but here's some concepts that we can do for your shoot. So anyway, we shot the pictures and we're walking through Central Park in New York City. And I see this little girl pushing a baby carriage. She's like a stroller, actually. She was like really small trying to push the stroller. And I just started taking pictures of her. And long story short, I went up to her parents and I asked, hey, can I take pictures of you guys? Because they were all really, interested. And they were like, sure, go ahead. I took some shots, found out their names, told them I'm a photographer, told them what I'm going to be using it for. And they were like, okay, that's fine. And they were actually from, I believe, Argentina. So I made that quick connection. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of these social components are part of your business. So you want to utilize them as much as possible. So for example, for me, I post a picture on Facebook just about every day. And I have a Facebook page because, you can have your own personal page and you can also create a page for your company. And it's free. So you create the page and then you put your content up. And what I'm working on now is to actually give people some more interactive, a more interactive experience where they're seeing me doing the process of editing the pictures, of shooting the pictures, things like that. So people get a more of a social feel when they look at my work. So it's important. So let's just jump on Instagram real quick. So Instagram essentially is social media through pictures. So it's kind of like I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and I'm actually traveling today. I'm actually in a dorm room in Georgia, one of the colleges. I'm just here for a special event, and I'm in the dorm room. So I can, from the Instagram aspect of this, I can take a picture of where I am, and basically, it's like telling a story visually, like what photographers do, but it's more about you or your personal encounter or experience at this very moment. So you might be shooting pictures of a model. You guys are on the beach, and you post that up so all your friends can see it, and you guys can kind of interact through these pictures. It seems pretty, simple and silly, but people get thousands and thousands of likes, thousands of followers, and 1 in 1,000 or 50 in 1,000 or 10 in 1,000 may hire you for your services. So the idea is to utilize Instagram and now share your photography experiences, share how some of your unique projects, so people can get a glimpse of what it is to hire this photographer. So I know you guys are asking me a little while ago, what did I do when I started doing my photography? One of the things, going back to social, I always have my camera with me. That's one thing. Always taking pictures. Take pictures of people. Get their email address. So after a while, you become known as a photographer, and your skills get better. And as your skills get better, you now say, hey, you guys want pictures? I'm charging. Or you can even charge from the very beginning. We could talk about pricing in the next couple of videos. But so yeah, I always have my camera with me. I always I allowed people to, because I had a laptop at the time, a MacBook. I think it was the first Unibody. This is when they first made actually no, the PowerBook, and then they made the Unibody. So I always had my pictures. People would see me editing my pictures on the screen, and that would give them even more insight into the process. So you want to do that as well. Not deliberately set up your machine in front of a lot of people, but you pop the card in the machine, you pull up the picture, and sometimes a lot of photographers are against this, but quick edits, not anything major. Pop the card in the machine, quick, do a quick edit, export the file, email it to the person, so they get a quick insight into the process. Something else I did, I also I carried my work around with me. So I either had it on a tablet, or I had it on the computer, or I had it on my phone. So at any given time, I can show someone, hey, listen, this is a picture I took such and such a time. And that's important, because now you're creating what's known as a track record. You're giving people an idea of how long you've been doing this, or how the type of work you've been doing. And that's where Instagram comes in. You start posting pictures on a schedule. So for you, it might be once a week. For me right now, it's every day, just about every day. I may miss one day for the week, but it's just about every day. Instagram will allow you now to let your friends see it and their friends see it. The second thing now also that's out there is Facebook. You create a Facebook page, put your pictures on the Facebook page, tag people in the picture. That will allow them to see it on their wall, and their friends to see it. So potential people who've never heard of you or your business will now see your work. And then we have Pinterest. A lot of photographers are against Pinterest because once you've pinned something, especially if you pin it from another site, it's actually saved on Pinterest's server, last I checked. And now that allows people to go ahead and take your work and save it on their hard drives. So if you're comfortable with that, that's fine. A lot of people are uncomfortable with that because now, something that belonged to you, now someone else is running around with it on the internet. So some people tag their pictures. I was really not a fan of that, because it's your work, yes, but you want people to see your work for what it is, not have the work be distracted or be covered up by some watermark or some logo. It can be really, it could take away from the work. So these components are important, because now as people interact with your work, they will have a reason now to either ask you questions, because now you become either an authority on the subject, or they will ask you for a shoot. Hey, can you do the shoot that you did like this for me? Can I get something like that? And then now you guys can start negotiating prices and things like that, getting your price list, and you're good to go. So a lot of photographers are against Instagram because it can take away from the craft. It's become very voyeuristic. People are putting cameras in every little place and shooting every little thing, and it's just, it's not really what a lot of photographers will call art. For me, it's fun. It's a good way to interact. And yes, there are people who are abusing the art, but if you're true to the art as an artist, as a photographer, or if you're using digital tools like Illustrator or Photoshop, you will still find a way to use the tool of Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook. So that's basically it, guys. The idea here is to be social and to get out there, let people see your work, people see who you are, and you'll do fine. This is Sewell here. Till next time.